So I'm wanting to make a spooky build for October, and I'm going with the Dracula castle. I'm really excited to begin building this, and I'm going to record largely the whole process so I can show you from start to finish how I approach building. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking for this vampire castle. It's all gonna be up on this kind of rock, hill, mountain, whatever you want to call it. So I'm thinking there's gonna be a little cemetery here with this patch of grass, and then this dirt road is gonna wind up to this, wind up to the entrance here, and the castle is gonna have a slight L shape that follows this rock. And I'm keeping it to where it's gonna open so you can see inside the castle, but I'm also wanting to do some sort of caverns underneath. So that's my rough plan. So this is what I have. You can see up these steps, there's some nice texturing. I'm enjoying these little plants. They make it look, they add some color, but it still looks dry, and like this place doesn't have any life to it. So I think that was a good meeting in the middle. And I'm starting to build the castle into the rock here. Before it was all gonna sit on top of this, but then I removed some of the rocks here so that the castle, it shows on the outside that it's kind of extending down into the mountain. And yeah, so next I need to swing this open and figure out how I'm gonna build it up inside. So I've built up the interior, the caverns, and I've made these platforms on top able to detach so that I can remove the mansion on top after it's built, just so you can still see what's going on inside here, and I can make any changes to the caverns after I build the mansion. This is where I'm at the moment, working on this entrance here. I'm borrowing the window design from the Lion Knight's castle. I just love how tall and skinny it is. It's a stud snot on top technique. I've got some kind of stones on like the edges and the corners. And so the front entrance is going to be way more fortified, but then over here we're getting a bit more ornate and detailed, because I think behind on this part of the castle I'm going to have my library, and so I'm wanting it to look a little bit more elegant. So these are upside down minifigure legs, and it's cool because it's really operating now like the complete front of the tiger, or the lion. You can see it's, like this is now its leg and its paw, and now it's really facing us. And yeah, so this was just a stud snot on top brick. Let's see if I can find it. It's this one. So that's what's going on there. How I'm doing the bookcase. So the bookcase, it's got an assortment of like tiles and rounded tiles, these ingot pieces, and they're all on a one of these panels. One of these. So I'm building that up. I'm figuring out how this one is going to be taller. It's wider and taller, and then I've got the baby one in there. And I'll add some kind of chair. Oh, that's tight. Let me turn that down. I'll add some kind of chair in here, a table. That's kind of why I have these tiles here they've got the jumper plate with the stud on it. So I can place some furniture, but the studs aren't going to be intrusive. I really like what's going on here with this window. This turned out way better than I had hoped. Alright, so I got it to a place where I'm really happy with it. I like what's going on here. And I just really surprised myself with what I could do here. Building an exterior that looks good, and then the interior as well. It's a bit challenging, and you can have challenges with, I don't know, maybe windows on the outside will make sense, but on the inside, like the camera's not, there we go. The camera's picking it up now. There's a window back there, and just, you know, the size of this bookcase just kind of has to hide it a little bit. But I'm really happy with this so far. Okay, so I want to show how I did this upside down building technique. So these are the pieces I used. It's really simple. I just placed this guy in here, connect them, that's that, and then I just place it in here. I really like the effect that that's giving. And for this trick, it's just 1x1 pieces. They just connect right in there. And for these spikes that are going down, just some of my clips or some of my 1x1 pieces have a clip. And so I do this. And now that's how I did that. So I've placed these Explorer guys in here. These are stuff these are minifigures that I got from Josh's, my brother-in-law's collection. So thanks, Josh. Johnny Thunder, that's this guy's name. He's gonna be exploring the Dracula castle, trying to find out if he's still alive. Yeah, so I'm really happy with this, and I'm just gonna give it a spin around. Whoa! Ah! Sorry, I screamed. I bumped into the camera and it was shaking it. Still need to finish the bookcase. Alright, so that's the 360, and then I'll open it up. And here's what's going on in here. Got skeleton, cobweb. I'm really a fan of these tiles, and I'll show how I did that. And I like my classic ghost and the skeleton coming up out of the coffin. And I'm actually gonna lift. How do I lift that up? Just so we get some lighting in here, because I want to show the little stream I made. If I can, let me look. Whoop. So there's the stream. This is looking really cool. One thing that I want to show off is the stained glass. It's just one of these fences, and you can attach the 1x1 studs, and it gives you this. Right now there's kind of a gap there's a gap in between them. But I haven't figured out what this is gonna look like in its final form. But while the build is accessible, I thought I'd show what's going on here too. So I'll figure that one out. Alright, so I think that's gonna conclude this video. This is my vampire, by the way. So I'll do, over here is gonna be a dining room, and I'll complete that. There's gonna be a second story with a bedroom and an attic maybe. So I'll do that and the roof in my next video.